So about the temporomandibular joint, the main joint that is found in the face, okay, and your main specialty. Now, generally, when we say joint, it's a region where we have bones, two bones, okay, are capped. We have the bones that have surfaces capped by a superficial layer, and we have the surrounding connective tissue that holds these two bones together, and it determines also the type of movement and the degree of movement between the joints. We have multiple types of joints in the body, but mostly the synostosis, the synchondrosis, the syndesmosis types of joints. But when we say about relating from no movement to limited movement to free movement, when we say about the TMJ, okay, its articulation has what we call fibrocartilage, and we'll talk about it. But mostly the articular cavity in joints that we have long bones. These are called mostly the mandibular bone with that temporal bone, which is not a long bone. Okay, the bones are joined by most likely a suture. We call all of the bones of the skull are joined by suture connective tissue, okay, which we call it the symphysis. Okay, the capsule, we have a surrounding capsule that seals all the cavity, and it contains a synovial fluid. It surrounds all the parts of the TMJ, and it contains from within the synovial fluid. The synovial fluid, it is colorless. Okay. The synovial fluid that is produced from the capsule, it's a colorless, transparent liquid, viscous liquid, and it's derived from blood plasma. Okay, it's a dialysate from blood plasma with high concentration of hyaluronic acid, to make the cushion effect. And the saliva, synovial fluid is produced by synovial cells. Okay, synovial layer of cells, that is the innermost layer of the capsule. Okay, the sliding surfaces of the upper and lower here, the sliding surfaces of the bones, they are covered by not hyaline cartilage here, but by something called fibrocartilage. We have no perichondrium, what we called. We have the lubricating synovial fluid that helps the lubrication. It supplies nutrients, it supplies oxygen to the avascular articular cartilage layers. Okay, we have mostly the capsule and the extension of the capsule, which is the disc. It has a high number of collagen fibers. Also in the articular surfaces, we have high number of collagen fibers, and to produce to adapt for the forces that are produced, tension load that is produced from the high mastication. This joint is the highest joint that has is exposed to the highest load in all the body. Okay, we have high really number reaching to 3,000 in males kilopascal. Okay. So the resilience, when we say it's a coating or it's a cap, the articular surfaces. The articular surfaces has a resilient cartilage, okay, to make it efficient absorbing the fibrocartilaginous layer, absorbing of the mechanical pressure in the joint. We see the similar mechanism in the articular disc also, okay, which contains proteoglycan molecules, aggregates, networks, and large amount of water. The matrix components, which are rich in glycosaminoglycans, the ground substance, it has functions as biomechanical adaptation, okay, biomechanical adaptation. When we have pressure that is applied to the joint, we have the water is expelled and the cartilage matrix with the water is expelled to the synovial fluid. Okay, when we have a lot of pressure here, the water makes out to the synovial fluid. We have also its expelled mechanism. It has a mechanism of cartilage resilience. Okay, also we have the carboxyl sulfate groups that are found really in the articular discs. Okay, the ion discharge. We have electrostatic repulsion of the negative charge ions in the glycosaminoglycans molecules. These are responsible to create spaces to be occupied with water. It is highly hydrophilic. Okay. When we have no pressure, when the pressure is released, the glycosaminoglycans will attract more water inside. Okay. So the water movement, the hydrostatic pressure of the water movement and the synovial fluid, it is dependent upon the activity of the joint. Okay, it is it's on use or it's not used. Okay, we have essential also nutrition to the cartilage to facilitate the exchange of molecules. We have the capsule around it, around all the joints, and it's composed of 2 layers, the capsule fibrous layer and the synovial layer, we call it. Synovial layer, all of this, it's composed of 2 types of cells. One type that is fibroblastic-like cells, and we have macrophage-like cells that have the behavior of macrophages. The fibrous layer here is composed of dense connective tissue and collagen fibers that are parallel and dense. Okay, very beautiful that we have in between these cells we have the ground substance. Okay, it's filled with ground substance. The flat ones are the fibroblast-like cells, and the more rounded are the macrophage-like cells. In the subintimal layer, you find all the fenestrated blood capillaries. Okay. Now, going back to the articular surface, here you go. We have the what we call the fibrocartilage. This is the intimal and subintimal layer. We have what we call the fibrocartilage. Fibrocartilage, it's an intermediate between dense connective tissue and the hyaline cartilage. So we said that TMJ, it's not hyaline cartilage, it's in between. It's a fibrocartilage, which make it weaker, a little weaker. Okay. It is found also that the disc here, in attachment, it has attachment to ligaments from the posterior, especially the posterior retrodiscal pad. Okay, we have ligaments from the bone to the cartilaginous part of the condyle. Okay, and the fibrocartilage, it's always associated with dense connective tissue. We have areas that the border areas between the fibrous and the cartilaginous layer are not really found. Okay, sometimes you find fibrous and the cartilage are together. The fibrocartilage, it contains chondrocytes normally, and they are arranged in not in no order in the TMJ. Okay. While in long bones, where we have hyaline cartilage joints, we have arrangement as columns of the chondrocytes, rows of chondrocytes. Okay, this is absent here in the TMJ. We have just chondrocytes that are separated by collagen 1 fibers in between. We call it the fibrocartilaginous layer. Because it's rich in collagen, it is mostly acidophilic. Okay, you see that it is light in color. The collagen fibers, either here in this layer, the fibrous layer, or the uppermost fibrous layer, which is called the articular zone, either in the lower or in the upper, the articular zones or the fibrous layer, it is aligned by the parallel and unparalleled fibrous, not fibrous, collagen fibers, okay, here to withstand the forces, while the orientation of the collagen fibers, it depends on the stress on the fibrocartilage layer, okay, since we have, sometimes they are parallel, while if we have other collagen fibers that run perpendicular, it is to withstand the forces, okay, the mean is to withstand the forces on the joint. About the disc here, the disc mostly it's almost in between the two bones, okay, in between the two articular surfaces. We have, it is situated, and it has the location is of the disc, intra-articular disc, is it's fixed. The location of the disc is fixed by the ligaments, okay? The sphenomandibular, the stylomandibular, and the TML, okay? The TML ligament. The disc, we have two components. This is anatomical wise, but you don't have it here. The histological division is the core of the disc, which is fibrous, the core of the disc, which is avascular and fibrous, the core, and the extremities of the disc, which are more fibrous. These discs have, we said it has lubrication, cushion effect to prevent the erosion of the articular surfaces, okay? Because we have high abrasion forces while moving of the discs, while moving of the the joints, okay? The condyle, it moves, and the disc also, it moves with the condyle, so it serves as a as an articulating surface. The disc moves with the condyle during the translation movement to anterior part. We said that lower half is meant by the translation, okay? Translation movement. The most inner part, which is the core of the disc, we say it serves as shock absorption, cushioning effect, okay? Here you go. The external parts, we have dense connective tissue. We have also some fibrocartilage. We see some fibrocytes and collagen bundles that are arranged in different directions. Collagen type 1, collagen type 2. The core of the disc, the middle portion, which is the thinnest part of the disc here, the intermediate, and the core, which means the nucleus of the innermost part of the disc. It has more rounded cells, we see. It has more hyaluronic acid. It has more collagen 2 fibers, okay? And in children, we have more cells in the layers. Okay, we have high number of proliferating cells, while with age we have replacement of the cells with the fibrocartilage layer. Okay, this is in the children. Fibrous layer, proliferating cell layer, this is it. We have the third one is the hypertrophic cartilage layer, chondrocytes that are larger to get ossified by endochondral ossification to bone. We've said also, this is finally some we've said little about the clinical considerations, okay? Either in the disc herniation, we say herniation of the disc, or erosion of the disc to make a what we call full rupture. Okay, when we have full rupture of the outermost layers of the disc, for example, most likely in the posterior region, we have collagen fibers that are few. Okay, but if we have the this flattening of the disc, it becomes more flattened. It frequently dislocates or slips from position. We say it's displacement or dislocation, which makes it out of place at all. Okay, so it moves towards the mostly the posterior part, which is has severe pain, results in very severe pain. Okay, either it presses on the posterior part, which is highly innervated and highly vascular, or on the when we say posterior displacement or anterior displacement, it presses on the muscle, here the lateral pterygoid muscle, and in both ways it is very severe pain accompanied by the or caused by the high innervation in these areas. Okay, now you know that the parotid gland should be here, that we've already discussed about, and the TMJ in anatomical location, it's found almost 13 millimeters anterior to the external acoustic meatus. Mostly this is it. We have this, we've said about all the characteristics of this special type of joint. Okay, in three parts: the upper articular surface, the articular disc, the lower articular surface, and finally the capsule surrounding it. Okay, all the mechanical properties and how it adapts to the tension and how it serves its function.